Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Right here, guys. Mike 51.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
Let's go, boys.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down.
Check, 55 to mine.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
Shift, watch the shift.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, wahoo!
Push him back. Push him back.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Emmanuel Agba. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Check 25.
Here's Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run. Check. Lucky. Bang, wide. Bang, bang.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That'll be complete to Cook. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Watch the pass. 36. Watch the shift.
And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Brett Maher on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Cheifs 0.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big edge, big rip lift. He's checking.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Dustin Colquitt on to punt. We'll likely see Brother Britton on the other side get a chance later. This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
I can't believe they even...
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Rashawn Gary came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check 52. Check 3. Hey, flipper. Smooth.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
I got you, son. Check 55 to Mike. Check.
Mahomes now on first down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
There we go. Nice play, baby.
Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, fellas.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. These two teams all tied after 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, I'm coming after you. Rush in. Check.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 14 that time, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Watch the curl.
Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Just like that.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Mecole Hardman the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
3rd and long for Cousins.
That ain't work. That Q stuff ain't work.
And he's able to find Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And that one results in 35 yards.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. First. Hey, Foxtrot.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 22 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 4.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0, nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Watch out.
And it's caught. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Here it comes. Check 3. First. Check 43.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This map...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Watch the run.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins.
Good work.
A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Joker.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let's go, baby. 34.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Harrison Smith on the coverage.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Final play of the half, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance? The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Up in here, brother.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And Diggs has it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Lucky 48.
Blue Dan. Switch.
Line out. Here we go. Place it hot.
They'll run with Cook. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Slam. Ship. Wide. Get wide.
They try again with Cook.
Check.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Good route here.
To throw is Cousins. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The kick by Maher is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
Here we go.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this wide open, complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for KC. 48 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes forced out to his left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Going for it all. And a throw there going to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Yellow.
Throwing, Cousins.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Black.
Check the backer. Check the backer. Check 24. Check 24.
Black.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. The left side caught by Diggs. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Chiefs 13.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Wide.
Check 90.
Now a run with Cook. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The first run for the backup, Abdullah. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally out of bounds all the way down about the 2. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 41 yards. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They're running it.
Cousins now. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, Steamer.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get it as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Mike 51. I got him.
Check nickel.
First. Sponge. No. Blitz.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
That's it, baby. We got 6.
Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They'll try and run it here. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easy.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
You don't want it? Mike's 54.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback rolling left and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Gun.
Go back. We got motion.
Two.
Back up. Hey, Mike, 51.
Here's Cousins.
Watch the twist.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Or they show?
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's get in there.
They run it again with Cook. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's up. And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets him a 1st down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and never an easy thing to come into Arrowhead and get the victory. One of the toughest places to play in the league, but they did it.
Some of the best fan support in the league. They take pride in it. They love their team. They rally around them, good and bad. But when it's good, oh, it is so difficult to come into this place and get a win. From the time they sing the national anthem and finish it with the home of the Cheifs, you're in trouble right from that moment usually.
So for the Vikings, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew.